Greetings and salutations, friends. I'm Prince Amari, gay dating coach, matchmaker, #1 best-selling author of Lasting Love at Last. And in this video, we are talking about 3 ways to slay your profile on a dating app. We're gonna go through your profile photos. We're gonna go through the profile language, what you actually write in the description, and we're also gonna talk about prompts. And yes, that is an engagement ring. I'm getting married next month to the love of my life. Okay, I'll probably do a video on that at some point too, but yeah, let's kick it off with the photos. In terms of app strategy, one thing a lot of people do wrong is they just look at photos and they swipe right if you're cute without reading the profile, and that is going to set you up for failure. Because one, if someone doesn't write anything in their profile, they're pre-ghosting you ahead of time already. So red flag if they don't have anything. But if you're not even reading the profile, that's a red flag on your play, because people tell you exactly who they are through the things that they say on their profile. And we do have like a 5 to 10% of the population that are just liars, so we're not talking about them. So in general, people are telling you who they are and what they really want, but if you're not reading that, you're missing the info, and now you're wasting a lot of time trying to talk to people who already told you ahead of time in their profile that they weren't a good fit for you. So we'll start with the pics, because that's where y'all tend to start. Okay, here's how to get the most out of your profile photos. The first thing you want to do is have 3 different types of pictures. There's a few extras, but these are the 3 essentials. The first is a headshot. This is from the neck up, like you see me now. We need to be able to see that face, that smile, your eyes clearly, okay? The second is a medium shot, which is waist up, all right? We want to see the confidence in your shoulders. And then third is a full body shot. We need to see what you look like, okay? All together. And this is clothes on. We're not even talking about clothes off, shirtless. No, full body pic, medium shot, head shot. We need to see you as a package, all right? Just like when you go online and you're trying to buy something, let's say Amazon, and you're looking through the photos, if they just show you one angle of the photo, you just showed me an up close of the buttons. Like, I want to see all the rest. What does it look like, right? Because we don't buy things based on how they actually are. We buy products based on the description we read and the photos that accompany that description, okay? And the same is true with the dating app. You're selling you, a happy, healthy relationship with you, to great candidates who could be highly compatible with you. And if the photos aren't showing all the angles, enough of the angles to go on a date, then you're doing yourself a disservice. So we need all 3 of those photos, all right? Also, in terms of the photo quality, you want to make sure that your pics are 6 months old, a year max, so 6 to 12 months, because we change so frequently. Weight goes up, weight goes down, we get gray hairs, we change our hair cuts, our hair color, whatever, right? If your photos, especially if all of your photos are older than 6 months to a year, you're now catfishing yourself, because when I get on a date with you, not me, I'm engaged, but when I get on a date with you, the general me, and that you that I'm meeting here is different than the you on the app, that is false advertisement, and now you seem like a liar, because you're a liar. So let's not do that, okay? Make sure your photos are within the last 6 months to a year. So how do you take great photos for a dating app? You don't need to do a professional photo shoot, though if you can, do that. You can take these yourself or get a friend and take them for you, but it's actually really easy to do yourself. I'm sitting in my car, my phone right now is on my, what do you call this? Steering wheel. You can take a headshot just like this. The lighting outside is the best lighting you're ever gonna get, as long as the sun isn't directly shining on you at high noon. So, you know, earlier in the morning, later in the evening, great. Take a photo in your car, get a close-up headshot like this, all right? And I ain't even doing too much. I just got on the shirt and some headphones, my watch, right? But you can see me clearly, all right? That's your headshot. And I can touch my phone, so you don't need to see hands in this shot, so it's okay if you're using your hands to take it. For a medium shot or a full body shot, most cameras these days have most camera phones, oh my god, camera phones, remember that back in the day when that was like a thing? Now all phones have cameras. Most phones can also do an automatic photo, so you just press the button, you get in your pose, and it'll take the picture for you. use that feature. If you don't know if your phone can do that, if you don't know how to do it, Google is your friend. Okay, it's very simple, very easy to find that. You just press the button and take the photo and post. But the same is true. You want to be in good lighting. And again, if you're like, I don't know how to work the lights in my house, just go outside in the evening around dinner time while it's still light outside, but not in the middle of the noon. The light's going to be perfect. It's fine. Just don't have the sun behind you. We don't need to see the sun in the pic because that'll wash you out. So make sure the sun is in front of you, behind your phone or whatever, right? So take it like that, hit the auto button to take the picture, and take you some pictures, full body and waist up. There you go. Very easy. The other thing is to do this in multiple outfits. I would recommend you do 3 to 5 different outfits, get one of each of those pictures in each of those outfits, and that'll give you enough variety for a dating app to where it doesn't look like you're all in the same clothes for every single pic. If you want that variety, it doesn't necessarily matter, but it'll give you a spread of things. And if you feel uncomfortable or insecure with taking pictures, I want you to take more pictures. I have all my clients who are like, oh, I pictures, please no pictures. So we're gonna take 100, because the problem is not that you aren't photogenic. The problem is not that you don't know how to take photos. The problem is you're afraid to be seen. And this is why people only take headshots up for all their photos, or they don't do a full body picture, or they don't have pictures at all. They're afraid to be seen. But great news, if you want to be in a happy, healthy relationship, your partner has to see you. And so we can tell if you're ready for love to the extent that you are comfortable showing people who you really are. So that's the pick strategy. Those 3 picks: headshot, medium shot, full body shot. Take them yourself or get a friend to take them. Do it in great light outside. Don't have the light behind you. All right, cool. Let's talk about the profile description. Now, friends, I've already told you that your dating profile is an advertisement for a healthy, happy relationship with you, which means everything in our profile needs to either be about us or the person that we are looking for. Okay, what type of person are you after? What type of person are you? We do not need to spend any of our language, any of the words, on what we don't want. Okay, a lot of people will mention, you know, and let's not even get into, or actually let's get into it. People do this interesting thing where they'll say no fats, no femmes, like all their biases or whatever, and they'll put that on their profile, and then they wonder why they're not getting what they want instead. You're not telling us what you want. You're telling us what you don't want. And the easiest way to attract what you don't want is to focus on it. And that's what your profile is doing. No, that is a red flag for anybody who's seriously interested in relationships. They're going to swipe left on you because you look like you're the drama. Okay, so don't be the drama on your dating profile. Just talk about who you are, what you're interested in, what you're passionate about, and what you want in terms of your relationship goals, your relationship partner. Okay, anytime you spend words on what you don't want on this profile, and it's already a little bit of space for the most part on most of these dating apps anyway. And if you are wasting that space on what you don't want, it's sabotage. It's self-sabotage. Yeah. So don't waste time on what you don't want. The other thing is, if you're looking for a long-term relationship, don't use short-term language. Don't say, I'm open to seeing what happens in the meantime. Don't select the open to short-term on Tinder. No, you don't need to advertise that you're open for short-term relationships. If somebody comes along and you want to invest in them in the short term, cool, make that decision case by case, but like, don't put that on your dating profile if you're looking for something longer term. Okay, is it possible to still find a long-term relationship with that language there? Yes, but your odds are significantly diminished because someone who really wants a committed, healthy, happy relationship, especially when we're talking about high achievers, professionals, executives, right? People who are successful in their careers, they want you to be clear. And it looks like you're not clear. It looks like you're confused. It looks like you don't know what you want if you're saying, oh, I'm open to this and this and this and this. Like, it's too confusing. Okay, pick one. What is the priority? Use that as the point of the profile. Okay, so if you want a healthy, happy relationship, just say that in your profile language. And if I'm a little more crispy clear, think about your profile language in 3 sections. my personality. So a little bit about me, how I think, how I feel about things, right? The second is what I'm passionate about. There's nothing more attractive than the things we are confidently passionate about. So the moment you start talking about your passions is when you really light up and come alive. And when someone can see you in that moment, that is when they're going to be most attractive to you. So only talk about the things you're passionate about, not the things you have problems with on a dating profile. And then the third is about the person in the relationship you're looking for. Not what you're not looking for, what you are looking for, who you're looking for, the type of person, the type of relationship, right? What your relationship goals are. Those are the three things you want to mention in the profile language. And that's all you need to talk about. You don't need to figure out some witty saying unless you're naturally a witty person. And in that case, I don't need to tell you how to do that because you do it naturally. But if you're not naturally that person, don't try to be it on a dating profile. Sell you. If you try to do anything that is not in alignment with who you really are, it again will look like false advertising, and that discrepancy, that incongruence, makes people not trust you and decreases your attractiveness. So just don't do it, okay? Just keep it simple, unless you're just naturally that way, in which case it's going to be in integrity and in alignment with who you really are. So do it, right? So those are the first two. The third thing is prompts. Okay, a lot of dating apps have these prompts, a written prompt, a video prompt, an audio prompt, and people really use these probably wrong more than you think, because people will say, well, there'll be a prompt like, oh, I'm really looking forward to doing X this weekend. That's the prompt. And people will be like, oh, sleeping in and watching some movies. That's boring as part of my English. That's boring as fuck. Like, that's not what the prompt is for. All of these prompts are to show people who you really are and to give people a look into your philosophy, your mind, your heart, right? How you think and how you feel. So if you don't feel particularly engaged or excited or passionate, if you don't feel like that prompt is triggering something that you really want to say, don't use the prompt. All right, it's better to not use any prompts at all than to use a prompt and they fall flat because they're pointless. Like, I don't need to know you want to relax on the weekend, because guess what? I already know that. If you work during the week, of course you want to relax, right? And I'm not saying there's never a time or place for that, but it would make sense in the rest of the story arc of your profile. But if it doesn't, like, we just don't need to use it. So choose a prompt that makes you want to say something. For example, something I really believe about the world is that all of us, every single last one of us, is born with some sort of gift. And if we allow ourselves to lean into that, we are not only creating more happiness for ourselves, we're also doing a service to the world just by leaning into who we are and what lights us up. Right? If you saw that on a dating profile, now you probably won't go on a date, unless that's just not your thing, which is fine. But those are the types of things that we're looking for any of those audio, video, written prompts. On that same vein, you're not using audio and video prompts enough. Okay, so I get it, because you didn't know how to use them or what to do, but now that you know that we're really trying to get a sense for how you think and feel, like how your mind works, use that to your advantage and use the audio and video prompts, because nothing is more clarifying than being able to hear someone or see someone communicate a thought or idea in their own words. And those audio prompts are so good for allowing us to hear what a person's voice sounds like and increase the comfortability and familiarity with them, so that if we end up going on a date later, it's not like meeting a stranger. It's like, I already understand what you sound like, and if it's a video prompt, I know what you look like, and it's easier for me to connect because I already know what I'm getting, because I had that sample ahead of time on the profile. The number one reason anybody is single is because they're trying to have a level 25 relationship with level 3 dating skills. And you can take the dating skills link or dating skill quiz at the link in the video description, and it'll tell you a lot more about how to win at the gay dating game, how to master your romantic magic and level up your love life. If there's anything I missed, let me know in the comments what other tips you would have for improving your dating profile, things that have worked for you, questions. challenges to anything I said, let me know in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Sending you love, peace, and glitter. Bye-bye.